Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for yet another match of the Malaga Sevens. This one, it's going to be an interesting one. It's New Zealand, not New Zealand, sorry. I'm from New Zealand, but South Africa, they are going to be taking on England in this matchup. It should be an exciting one. If it's anything like the rugby union side of it, there will be that little bit of a rivalry. Both of these sides, they have not lost a game as of yet, but they've both only played the one game up against Scotland. It's looking like a very nice day there in Malaga. And hopefully we are going to get to see some very awesome action. We did just see Ireland beat the Australian side for the men's, but they will still just make their way through Australia. So the top two of that group will be Ireland and also Australia. Looking through it, Paul at South Africa and England, it's just a matter of who is going to be the top and who is going to be finishing second. Argentina versus USA. They are the two sides who are making their way through in Pool C, and then Pool D. More than likely, or in fact, it has been confirmed, France number one, Canada number two. So the Kenyans and the Welsh both will be missing out on this one. I've got my cat with me. He has decided to join me. He actually always joins me on South African games, I believe, if I'm not wrong. But Soyuzwapi, he was one of the players that we were a little bit worried about whether or not he would be able to play after that shoulder injury yesterday. But he does seem to be all right, and he is raring to go as well. Do let me know your score predictions for this match, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I mean, at the end of the day, who do you think will be able to win the Malaga Spain Sevens competition? We have got Seville the next week, and that is going to be taking place in a very short moment as well. I'm looking forward to it as well. They are just showing the World Cup promo for the Rugby World Cup for the Sevens side of it, and it should be very exciting to see how it does end up going as well. The last Sevens World Cup, I believe it was won by New Zealand by the looks of it there. Yeah, it is going to be very exciting. A little bit of breeze there and a Malaga for this one, but should still be a very entertaining contest. The starting lineups for these two sides, it will be interesting. See who they end up going with. I know that Ryan Ustays, and he has been pretty good in this tournament so far. Zane Davids as well. He has been phenomenal for himself. Grobela Pretorius, Branco de Prea as well. Then you've got Selvin Davids. He is always just on the next level when it comes to the way that man plays. Then they've got Jadald Humane as well. And then also Soyuzwapi, if he is able to play, that is. Looking through at the lineup, the one man who comes to mind straight away is probably Alex Davis, but another man who was playing very well in that game up against Scotland, Will Trennell. He was just throwing himself at the line, absolutely just destroying the body to try and get a side over the line, and in the end it did work out, and they were able to get the win, England, which is why both of these sides, they have got 2 wins on the board, and I have only mentioned one game up against Scotland. The reason for that is because we did see Fiji. Unfortunately, they tested positive, so they are going to be missing from this game as well. But after this game, we are going to be hopping straight into the URC action, the United Rugby Championship for the Lions, taking on the Sharks. And then straight after that, we've got another matchup for the Union side of it, and that is going to be the Bulls taking on the Stormers. Good win by us, Ireland. I did see that they were able to beat Australia 10 points to 5, and it was almost enough to be able to knock Australia out of the kind of quarterfinals, which would have been a massive one to have so early on in there. But they are currently just showing the Dubai Sevens highlights where Australia, they were able to win back-to-back. South Africa, they were able to win back-to-back. The second one was up against Australia where they won 10 points to 7. This game could be relatively close, but you never know. At the end of the day, these two sides, we did see Scotland push South Africa for the first half with the Blitzboks. They showed their class in the end, and they were able to go on and get themselves a nice win indeed. But currently, the men's 7 standings currently at the top. It is South Africa, and second, it's Argentina, in fact. Third is Australia. 4th, USA, 5, Fiji, and New Zealand nowhere to be seen in that top 14 as we have not taken part in any of these 7 circuits so far. Same with Samoa, but hopefully those two sides, they will be back for not Seville next week, but the one after that. We will hopefully be able to see some Kiwis and also some of those Samoan boys back in action for the 7s. But now we are getting ready to go for this matchup. This is the final game of this pool, because without Fiji, it does mean that there are a lot of games that are getting called off, which may play, I guess you could say it could play into the factor and the benefit of the likes of a South Africa who won't have to play as many games, won't end up getting as fatigued. But then it also could be a little bit of a downfall, seeing as we haven't seen too much 7s in the past little while. Currently, Ireland and also Australia, they are the two sides who have been able to qualify in their group. So Germany, a valiant effort, but they will be missing out, and Japan also will be missing out. And that's the thing, if Germany beat Japan, they would have been able to go through. In fact, Germany did beat Japan, didn't they? If I'm not wrong, sorry. So they just needed to beat them by a few more points. I think there was about 29-0 in the end. Now I think of it, Argentina and USA, they have got a game coming up. Whoever wins that will be qualifying first in that group. In France, they are going to be sitting there and they are doing very nicely indeed. They lost to Kenya in the final game, but it was too little too late. And hey, Hamish, how you doing? It's good to see again being fresh into there, says Aiden. Yeah, I am doing very well. And at the moment, the fact that we've still got another 2 games of rugby later on tonight for Union, and then we've also got the 4 quarterfinals that we are going to be covering on the channel as well. It doesn't get much better than that for these 2 sides. Looking through at the lineup, South Africa, they have got Sawyers Wapi for this game. Also, Jadal, Davids, Pretorius, the other Davids, and also Duprea and Visa. That is the starting lineup for the South Africans, who rank number 1 in Malaga for the rankings. Indeed, then Alex Davies, he is going to be there. He scored 2 tries in his first match up against Scotland. Hyde is there, Barden, Bowen, Adamson as well. So they're actually going to have Trenham coming off the bench, which I would have possibly had him in the starting lineup. See how he goes. Roddick and then also Coulson. But that man is a very dangerous one. The man in the number 1 jersey for England. Watch out for him when he comes off the bench, because he will be hoping to have an impact. And I want to see him run straight at Zane Davids, see who is victorious in that battle. But now the side's making their way out there. Still looking like an absolutely beautiful afternoon there. And Alex Davis looked like he had plenty of spring in the step, ready to go for this matchup. This is for a qualifying position of who will be finishing first. That's the thing as well. With England here, they are trying to end a win streak for the South Africans that has extended throughout all of the last little while. I believe they're on about a 26-match winning streak at the moment, if you conclude their bye against Fiji. Without it, they are sitting on a 21-win streak. Or in fact, it is going to be the win. So I think that is 26 wins in a row now for the South Africans. They want to make it 27, but England want to be able to stop them. It is going to be the Welshman who will be on the refereeing panel for this one. I'll be excited. And of course, sevens, anyone who is not familiar with this format, it's going to be fast-paced. We're going to be talking at 1,000 miles an hour, so I do apologize if I do say too many words in a short amount of time. But sevens is always that fast-paced that to be able to explain all the action, you pretty much can't even breathe at times. It's going to be kicked off by England going left to right, and we are underway for the final match of Pool A. I mean, not back in straight away. South Africa, it's good hands. Always just in touch a little bit there for Jadald. Didn't quite know where his touchline was, and it is going to be the line out for England now on the halfway line. I am hoping, magically, come on. Gonna do it. It's gonna do it. Come on. Doesn't want to do it. It's going to update soon, though. South Africa able to steal that line out. And now they have got the ball back. Now that's quite a flat pass, but it's nicely done. Jadald now he's got the man on the inside if he decides to use him. Great step from, I believe that is the number 12 for this one. So it's actually not going to be Sawyers Wapi in the starting lineup. Instead, it is going to be, I believe it was Nalufu. That's a brilliant run from Branco de Prea. Breaks his way through, scores the opening try of the match for the Blitzboks, and it looks like they are going to be continuing from where they left off into their last match, and they are going to be able to continue in form. They didn't actually score any tries in the first half up against Scotland, but the second half, they just ran away with that game. I believe they got 4 unanswered tries in that half. It was a good move then from there. Branco de Prea with the step, big fend on the inside, and does end up breaking through and scoring himself the first try of the match. My scoreboard literally does not like me today. Maybe they don't realize the game has taken place at the moment. That has gone over. Hopefully it does update within the next little while, or else we will be updating it down the bottom of the screen as well. In fact, while we are waiting for that to update, I think I will actually put up a little banner here. So we will go, it is South Africa, and they are taking on England. One moment, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me a little bit. Whoopsies. Cap lock got to be turned off, and we will go like that. And we will go like that. It was a misconversion for South Africa, and there we go. I bet you if I go like this now, they've probably started it. No, they haven't. So it was a good move. So we will have that score down the bottom of the screen. It's going to be taken nicely by England now. Big man in the number 11 jersey, Joseph Browning. Looking to the short side. First blood was struck by the South Africans, but something that we do expect from England is that little bit of fight back. And this one once again wrestled to the ground. It's a penalty there to South Africa for the English player not rolling away. Oh, sorry, it's a penalty to England for the South African player not rolling away. Davis takes it quickly now, trying to find the way through, but the defense from South Africa always very strong from the Blitzboks. Now on the outside, big shunt off there. Branco de Prea picked up and dropped there for England, currently just outside of the 22. Is it turned over? No, still available for them. And now Trenham is already out on the field. He is the one that I said to watch out for the English. Once again, Browning dragged down. It's a penalty, though, for flopping over the front, taking a quick tap there for de Prea, not back 10. It's another advantage. And now on the outside, Jadald He's got the man outside if he needs him, and he has found him as well, the big number 3. And that is going to be now Visa, who does end up scoring. Oh, little bit of a wrestling match between those two men. He ended up losing his footing. And Visa is fired up for that one. That is another try for the South Africans. It's going to be a tough kick, but it looks like it will be going possibly close for this one. But currently 3 minutes 50 left in this first half. And the Blitzboks, they are once again blitzing their way towards a 20-plus point victory. But Browning did end up having that ball. Then from there, not supporting the body weight. And he was penalised straight away. Was taken quickly by Sullivan. Davids ends up losing his footing, but he wasn't back 10 for the English defence. And then from there, Impa Visa, he saw the corner. He was going for it as well. And in the end, Blake Boyland just not quite able to get to him as well. A little bit of afters there. By the looks of it, was a fired up Impa Visa. Hey, it's realised that the game started, but it is a little way away. That's gone over from South Africa. And that now makes the score 12 points to the South Africans and 0 to England. Right, we are going to trust that their scoreboard is going to be updating, and we will allow them. So it is going to be 12-0 in a very short moment, but currently we are not just the 1 minute in. Scoreboard's having a bit of a shocker. It's bounced back onto the side of South Africa. JC Pretorius now with the nice fend. Got Impa Visa with him if he needs him, just fending everyone on the English side at the moment, but Davies able to drag him down. Zane David now plays scrum half. It's going to be a good cross kick. Too much on that one, and it just skids on. So it will just be going there for the line out. I see in the background, I believe that is Spain warming up. They have been impressive throughout this 7th circuit so far. Currently 5 metres out in England. They are going to have an important line out. It seems like Zane Davids just wanting to apply all the pressure. Currently, it still says that it's 10, but it has reached 12-0 at the moment for the South Africans. 2 minutes left in this first half as well. Currently now Boylan, this is going to be an important throw. If he does get it wrong, oh, it's close to bouncing away. Boylan gets it though, just throws the ball away. Davis only a metre out from the line, but somehow has been able to make his way out of the in goal. Currently, they have said that he has been held up. Now South Africa just trying to wrestle their way forward. They get themselves these scrum feet as well. The collapsing of the maul. And they are just all over the English at the moment here, South Africa. They're saying, right, there's no way that you are taking our number 1 spot of us for this one. They want to qualify first, and they want an easier opponent in the semi-final. It could actually end up with it maybe being Australia, depending on where we go in terms of who plays who. In fact, I'm going to work out exactly who plays who in the next one. So it is going to be for the quarterfinals here. First in Pool A is up against second in Pool D. So second in Pool D at this stage, it will be the loser of Argentina. That's going to be actually straight over the line for South Africa once again. Every time you blink, you miss the action from them. So they are going to be up against Canada. South Africa will have Canada in the quarterfinals if they do win this match. So that's nice and easy to work out. At the moment, South Africa, they are just on fire in the early stages. Every time they find the link-up pass, then it is that man Duprea once again, Sullivan Davids passes it on the outside, but we're not seeing Sawyers Wapi out there. Instead, it is Naluvu who is out there. We are so good as this, says Josh. They are indeed. The Blitzboks, they're on a 27-match winning streak almost if they win this game. And at the moment, with it being 17-0, they should certainly be able to do just that. And that is another phenomenal kick from the touchline. So because of that, now it takes it over to 17-0. And, or sorry, it would actually go up to 19-0, in fact. And currently, 30 seconds left in this first half, which 15 games are you commenting on as well, says Nonbum. So we are going to be doing the URC game that has taken place, and that is going to be the matchup between the Lions and the Sharks, and then the game straight after that at 4:05 a.m. we are going to be covering, and that is going to be the matchup between the Stormers and the Bulls. So both of the URC South African games we are covering on the channel, and then the quarterfinals we are going to be back for the Sevens this morning, or I guess 7 a.m., so about 6 hours time. That's going to be another penalty now to the South Africans, taking the quick tap. And now it is going to be Giroud. Passes the ball nicely on the inside to the number 12. Massive fan there. Still going for himself. Only 5 metres out from the line now. South Africa, another penalty. Going their way. They take the quick tap. Sullivan Davids keeping the pace going. This is a try time. Big Zane Davids gets the ball and goes straight through. And it's another try for the South Africans. And also Bulls and Sharks should win as well. And this says Aiden also, what other games are you doing tonight besides the Sevens as well, says Aiden. So just those 2 URC ones we are going to be covering as well. But Blitzboks playing mint right now as well. They are indeed. They just keep on going and going and going, the Blitzboks. And it is leading to a lot of points on the board for them. They're going to be sitting here At 22-0 going into the second half. This is a nice easy kick as well, so this should make it 24. I think this is still a little bit wrong because I believe it is going to be sitting at 26-0 now for them, but it is very nicely done. And after the first half, Blitzboks in a very good position. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to be the first try scorer into the second half. I'm going to say Branco de Prea does pick himself up a try, or Selvin Davids. In fact, I'll go Selvin Davids for as well, but both men looking strong. This is a brilliant performance and a better first half from the Springboks as well, or the Blitzboks, sorry, from their last match, because up against Scotland, they were 7-0 down at halftime. This match, though, they've gone out there, they've gone, right, let's go, boys. 26-0 already, and they are securing their match up against Canada. Whereas, I'm just going to have a quick look and see exactly who England will play now that they aren't getting themselves through to that winning position. So we'll look at the scores. We will go there. So the second in Pool A is going to be taken on first in Pool D. And so, okay, I see. So that means straight away, now that I try and do the maths for Pool D wise, okay. So England will have to play France. South Africa will have to play Canada if this one stays the way that it is. So that is certainly not a matchup that the English would have been after. The French are in form, sit on top of their table. They actually lost their last game to Kenya, though. So that will give them just a little bit of hope. But now it is going to be the second half getting back underway. And that first game of the URC that we are covering, it is starting at 2 a.m., but we will be starting at about 1:50, looking through the lineups, looking through all the other information about those games before we get into it, including where they are sitting on the table, etc. It should be a very exciting one indeed. But the South Africans, they are fired up here. You can see there, Selvin Davids in the background. Branco de Prea also has been phenomenal for his side throughout the early stages. And Zane Davids, that man is an absolute bulldozer when it comes to the seventh circuit, and you don't want to be on his bad side because he will just run straight over the top of you. So pretty much that game between Argentina and USA will determine who is going to be playing Ireland and who is going to be playing Australia. But those are the two sides of the draw that we do know of at this point. So with this game going the way of South Africa, we already know that they will be playing up against Canada in the semi-final, and then the next game after that will be the matchup between the English and the French as the other matchup, but that is going to be kicked off high by South Africa, trying to keep it in the field of play, not quite able to, and they go right back to the halfway line. Of course, if one team were able to score 4 tries in one half, there is a chance that another team could score some more in the next. They are saying that it was taken into touch there by Pretorius, but South Africa are on a 25 win streak, -1 more win ties for Fiji for the 4th longest win streak as well for themselves. So they are going very nice for themselves. Kicked in behind. There's a lot of space here for England, and it's going to be a bit of a foot race. Taken nicely there by Branco de Prea. Taken down just outside of the 22 now. JC Pretorius fires it back across. Bit of a loose pass. Goes straight now into the hands of the number 9 Gerald. Ball on the inside to Selvin Davids. He's got pace. He's going. And he is going to be getting himself the first try of the second half now. Selvin Davids. Straight between the sticks. Puts it down. And the English players taking each other out as they were trying to chase him down there. Selvin Davids here saying, come on, boys. We are ready to go. Keep us fired up. Malaga at this stage, he had scored himself 3 tries in this one, but it was just a good ball from Gerald. He's been on fire as well. Those two linking up very nicely. And then from there, Selvin Davids, just too much pace and was able to break through. Scores between the sticks. And that is a 5th try now for the Blitzboks. They are playing like a team in form, and they want to play like a team who want to make their way towards about a 28-match win streak by the time that they do finish this competition. Straight over the middle. And this is a statement and a half from the South Africans, now sitting 33 points to 0 now. This matchup, I believe Selvin Davids has actually been taken off the field, so not willing to risk his injury for the later stages. They have got their next match up against Canada. So Zane Davids now, he will be, is he making his way back on? No, he's not. Neil Powell at the moment, the South Africa head coach, is deciding that he wants both Davids off the field. And now JC Pretorius, he was actually the man who ended up on crutches after Dubai, I believe it was. And then for this one, Sawyers Wapi, I believe he will have his arm in a sling due to that injury that he did sustain a little bit earlier on in the competition. After scoring a try, that's going to be kicked off once again by the Blitzboks. Looking high, not quite able to line it up as well. That was an awkward fall in the end for one of the English players. I think it was Trenholm, who is normally a very solid individual. The referee didn't want to try and tackle him. Probably fair enough. To be honest, with the size that he has got himself, currently 35 metres out. England, they just want one try on the board at least here. Trenholm once again just throws himself at the line. He's an exciting young prospect for the English lineup. Now, once again, going back across here for England. It's going to be their number 4 here. Heidi's just thrown the ball backwards and it's bouncing back into the side of Grobbler, but it's a double blow of the whistle. It's a deliberate knock on from the South Africans, and that is going to be a yellow card against them now. Automatic yellow. I believe that would have been Nluvu, I believe, who did end up with that yellow card. But currently now going back across, breaking the line nicely for England, trying to find the offload. It's a knock on though. And once again, now it is the scrum feed in favour of the Blitzboks. So currently 4 minutes. They're going to have a man less on the field, but they still look like they're going to be bringing that intensity as if they did have the 7 out there. But Nuluvu, it's a shame that he's going to be off the field, but they've still got some very capable players out there at the moment. They've got Jadal. They've also got Devold. Human, I believe, has made his way out there. Maybe even Darren Adonis might be an option for them in the later stages. I'm just looking there. Grobbler, he got his head well and truly crushed there. Almost ended up getting stood on by his teammate, which wouldn't have been too comfortable on the forehead. Currently passes. They've made less of them, the Blitzboks. They've had less offloads, but they've got a lot more points on the board in this matchup. Handling errors 1 apiece for both of these sides. Ooh. Going down in the front row. A little bit of a chat between the 2 big men in the front, and I believe that is actually Visa and also the man that I did mention a little bit earlier on, Trenholm. Like they're saying, there's actually quite a few of these young English players who were part of the Premiership, whether that was the Youth Academy or whether that was actually in the sides. And now it is going to be another big run forward from Jadal. Can he go all the way? He deserves a try, and he's going to get it as well. It's going to be a double blow of the whistle, and it's a hair pull, so it's a yellow card to one of the English players. He does apologise about it as well, but now there is going to be another yellow card for this matchup, and I think it was a last-ditch effort from the English trying to grab just something, because Jadal just made them look pretty ordinary in defence the way he went straight through. But currently now Jadal does score his first try of this matchup. It's a good set piece here from them. And from there, Jadal, he breaks through one, breaks through another with the step on the 22, fends off the number 5, breaks through the tackle of the number 8. Another trashing by the Blitzboks. And there says Bertie V, yeah, they're looking strong, and they do get to play Canada in the quarterfinals now for this matchup. Yeah, an accidental hair pull there. I believe straight away the player from England did go over to him. And that one has just missed to the side currently. Bowen, he will be off the field for the next 2 minutes, and there's only 2 minutes 20 left in this matchup. Currently, South Africa, they've kicked the ball out on the full. It is going back to the halfway line. 38-0 though. How you doing, mate? Says Betty V. I'm doing very well. Thank you, mate. I'm very excited because we've got 2 games of the URC that are just around the corner. 17 minutes time is when we are starting our live stream, maybe even sooner if I am too excited about that one. But we've got the Sharks taking on the Lions, and then we have got the Stormers taking on the Bulls, followed by 4 quarterfinal matchups for the Sevens. It's going to be a pretty awesome night indeed. So we are going pretty much almost, I think we're going from 9 till 9. So we're pretty much doing 12 hours of on and off live streaming. That was not well done there by, unfortunately, there, Devold Human just ends up dropping that ball when he did end up going for the quick tap. Awesome stuff as well, says Betty V. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. See how that one goes. He just ends up, he almost just kicks that one into his own face there for Humane. Just didn't quite line it up too well. Currently 1 minute 24 left. It's almost gone down the front row once again. Devold just jumps straight on. And it is going to be another penalty in favour of England. They want one try. It's a little chip and chase here. He's trying to go straight through everyone, but Devold Human back there. It's going to be inside of the in goal. And he does end up putting it down. So I believe that will be a 22 dropout now for the Blitzboks. Currently, Jadaldi, we're in no hurry here. 1 minute left on the clock. South Africa, they won't want to risk any channels. I just found another channel that has the game live. I won't tell you what it is as well, says BAL. It'll be the World Rugby one, won't it? If I'm not wrong. Oh, that's a very sneaky little 22 dropout. Currently going back across over the top. As we get that England struggling as well, says this Spock. Going to be kicked to behind now. Nicely done. It's going to be a foot race. And Devoldi's getting straight on it. He's kicked it forward. He's going way out on an angle. But this is looking like it will be the try for him. It's set up nicely, and it's actually the number 13 was able to get it there, which for this match is Darren Adonis. And he has been able to score it very nicely indeed. But Bowen now, he will be allowed back out on the field for the last 20 seconds of this game. If South Africa are strategic, they can wear down this next 15 seconds and they will not have to keep on running around, and they will be able to save their energy for Canada in the quarterfinal. But it was a brilliant kick forward, just great pace from Adonis, gets back onto it, 15 meters out, and then is able to score the try for the Blitzboks. And now they've been able to bring up 40 points up against England in what has been a very one-sided one. And also, we'll get that, yeah, is that the official channel? Then it is indeed. So it depends on what country you're in, depending on whether or not you can actually watch those games on their channel. But then they do have the full day replay the next day. You can actually watch those. So if you wanted to watch all of day one, you could now on the World Rugby YouTube channel. And she's Sam Kane as well, says Reed Nichols. But that will be the end of the game, or is it? No, we've got one more restart here for the Blitzboks. They've decided, you know what, we're going to try one more, see whether or not we can get something going. The only thing on the timeline for this match for England is a yellow card. That is going to be the end of the match now, 43-0 for the Blitzboks. So because of that, it does mean that South Africa will go on to face in the quarterfinals Canada and England. They will have to try and bring themselves up to be able to fight up against France in that quarterfinal a little bit later on in the day. I'm just going to have a very quick look and see exactly when those matches are taking place. So it is actually going to be 7:07 a.m. That is South Africa taking on 7:07 a.m. That will be South Africa taking on Canada, like I mentioned. And then the next one after that we are talking about, it is 8:05 a.m. for this game in particular, and that is France versus England. The game before that, though, will have either Argentina or USA taking on Australia or Ireland. And then there is one more game after that. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, we are going to be back for the URC in a very short moment, where we are going to get to see the Lions taking on the Sharks. So some more South African rugby action. Doesn't get much better than that at the moment. Even though we're sitting 1:37 a.m. It's actually a prime time to be able to watch a bit of rugby here in New Zealand for myself. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.